Hello everyone, and again, welcome back to the Seneca Scout. This week we have chosen to focus on a specific topic for our local, national, and international stories, Movie Week. I'm Evie Vogel.
I'm Jake Manson. Let's kick off this week's show with a little summary of the new upcoming Minions movie, along with the whole franchise.
The Despicable Me franchise is returning with another spin-off featuring the Minions. In Minions, The Rise of Gru, the Minions join young 12-year-old Gru in plotting to take over the world from his basement. Together, Gru, Kevin, Stuart, Bob, and a new minion, Otto, are on the run from 6 other supervillains. So far, there are 3 Despicable Me movies, along with now 2 Minion spin-offs. At the global box office, the franchise has gone on to gross over $3.7 billion, with an average of $927 million per film. Voiced by Steve Carell, Gru and his villainous backstories captured the world, passing up the Shrek series and being the highest-grossing animated movie worldwide.
In movie news closer to home, feature film production is underway for 3 students in the CHS Narrative Film class, with a final premiere just a little over a month away. CHS Narrative Film class is a class that introduces students to concepts of advanced storytelling through film technique. After weeks and months of practicing writing, shooting, editing, and planning productions, students form groups to produce their own longer-length films, working through extensive pre-production, production, and post-production. These 3 crews will premiere their films at the 10th Annual SV Film Fest on Sunday, May 29th at the Strand Theater. To learn more about this challenging process, we spoke to a representative from each of the film crews.
My name is Arden Kiley, and my group and I are making a film about someone who they've misplaced their shirt and they're going to great lengths to get it back. Kind of just like a breakup story.
My name is Alex Hennon, and our film is about this character named Michael, and he is trapped in this sitcom style TV show, and he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he's trying to see if he could possibly get out somehow.
My name is Molly Sia, and our film is about a girl who went through a breakup and her learning about her independence, her self-worth through that process.
The most difficult part, I would say, is trying to figure out a schedule.
Probably scheduling.
Scheduling. We've had a lot of, it's hard to coordinate and match everyone's schedules, and it becomes a very tight timeline really quickly.
Schedule we can get it done in one day. You cannot get it done in one day. It's not possible.
One of our goals is to really tell the story of a relationship and what it can mean and how it can hurt, but also how it can help and how it can show you, it's almost teach you more about yourself versus trying to be with someone else.
I guess just all the different moving parts there are to it, and just how long editing and stuff can take as well. How there's always something to do.
I think now that we've gotten into a groove and we're more familiar with the equipment, I think I'm really looking forward to being able to be efficient with it, but also having the time to play and be creative as well.
I would consider myself a people person, and working with others makes me happy, and especially when it's a project that I'm very passionate about, like film.
We will have more information in the coming weeks about the films in the SV Film Fest at the Strand Theater.
Now, moving on to some sports news. Last month, the streaming service HBO Max debuted its new television series, Winning Time, which shows a dramatic look at the glitz and glamour of the 1980s Los Angeles and the rise of the NBA's Lakers. With a tomato meter score of 84% on Rotten Tomatoes and an average 4-star rating on Google's users page, most people seem to enjoy it. But the people who don't enjoy it are the former NBA players and coaches who are depicted in the show. Former Lakers legend and executive of this 80s team, Jerry West, was more than unhappy with how he believes the show disrespects him and trashes his legacy. The show portrays him as a violent, day-drinking alcoholic and an off-the-rail person. West's legal team is taking action against HBO, and even West himself has threatened to take the case to the Supreme Court, if needed. Star of the Fame team and Hall of Fame point guard Magic Johnson has even gone out of his way to defend Jerry, stating, quote, "Jerry helped develop us on the court as basketball players and off the court as men," end quote. The show has 2 more episodes set to release through May, so we are guaranteed more Lake Show drama for the rest of the world to see on and off the television screen.
Adding on to the busy May film schedule, after a 3-year hiatus, Midsummer director Ari Aster is set to release his new film, Disappointment Boulevard, to the 75th Cannes Film Festival in May of this year. With a combination of Aster's impressive background of directing 9 short and feature-length horror films and using a cast features A24 veterans, Disappointment Boulevard is set to be one of A24's most highly anticipated films of 2022. The plot follows Joaquin Phoenix, who plays, quote, one of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time, end quote. In this speculated 4-hour-long horror comedy for Astor, this is a first as he has never made a comedy film before, where his forte is in the psychological horror realm. Ari Krall's started the horror film Heredity, where it won over 45 wins with 112 nominations. Following that, Midsummer was released in 2019, where it gained mixed reviews and split opinions due to its touchy nature. For Disappointment Boulevard, it is still unclear whether or not it will fit in with his horror and psychological thriller themes, but it is set to premiere from May 17th to May 28th.
Let's transition to an upcoming movie that will be making everyone's heart pound out of their chest. Jurassic World Dominion. Also known as Jurassic World 3, the story will feature how humanity survives after the mass dinosaur breakout that happened at the end of Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. 4 years after Isla Nublar was destroyed, dinosaurs now roam with humans across the world. This fragile balance will reshape the reality once and for all, whether human beings are the top of dogs on a planet they now share with one of the most threatening creatures in a new time of history. Jurassic World Dominion is directed by Colin Trevorrow, who also helped the first installment in the franchise. The filmmaker co-wrote the screenplay with Emily Carmichael, and the duo has planned an epic conclusion for the new trilogy in every way possible, even bringing back the 3 leads from the original Jurassic Park. The movie will be just shy of the 2.5-hour mark with a duration of 146 minutes, making it the longest entry in the entire franchise. Jurassic World Dominion will be releasing in theaters on June 10th.
To finish up our movie week, we have decided to discuss the decline in Netflix popularity. This past week was one of the world's biggest streaming platforms. Netflix lost more than $50 billion off its market cap. This comes as the result of Netflix cracking down on sharing accounts. Netflix estimates that over 100 million households are sharing a Netflix account. This increased aggression toward account sharing come as a result of Netflix losing subscribers for the first time in nearly 10 years. They've claimed they've lost more than 200,000 subscribers within the first 3 months this year and expect to lose 2 million more over the next 3 months. Many investors worry that Netflix no longer has a growth potential and fear a continuous decline. However, Reed Hastings, Netflix's founder, remains optimistic. He hints at an ad-supported tier of Netflix, stating it is meant for consumers who would like to have a lower-priced advertising. This move was in a bid to restabilize the company in hopes of Netflix making a comeback soon.
Well, everyone, we hope that you enjoyed our very first theme week this year.
Have a great night, and make sure you tune in into next week's show.